what's going on? It's MassiveJoes RAW review and I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Awesome RAW review for the viewers at home today. As promised, our first ever follow-up RAW review on the all-new MTS Barracuda testosterone booster in the house. For those of you that are unaware, man, here's the deals. Here's the details. Check it. This is what's up. Dropped the raw review on the all-new MTS Barracuda about 4 weeks ago. Just over 4 weeks ago, I do believe. As soon as it dropped in true raw review fashion, dropped the raw review on that bitch, gave you guys all of the information you need to know on the ingredients, what they do, what it tastes like, what the effects are intended to be, and dropped that bitch online, but then made a promise to the viewers at home. Made a promise to the people, because we are the people's company, that I was gonna stop my current testosterone booster at the time, the Beast Super Test, stop that shit, throw this bitch straight in there, take a full tub's worth, so 30 days, just over 4 weeks worth, and report back to the viewers at home on the actual effects I experienced 4 weeks into it. So here we are. The follow-up raw review. And before I get started, those of you that did not see the original raw review that goes through the stuff that you guys want to know, what's in it, what it does, how much is in there, what it tastes like, all of that stuff that's typical to a raw review, gonna drop a link in the description box below. You should probably go watch that shit first, because that's going to give you a good background and a standard raw review introduction to this follow-up raw review. We're not going to go through any of that in this follow-up raw review. This follow-up raw review, going to talk to you guys just about my personal experiences with this here Barracuda. Going to tell you primarily about the effects. So this is what I did, viewers at home. Soon as the Barracuda came in, I had already just about finished 1 tub of super test. So I'd been on the Beast Super Test for about 3 weeks, right? So my testosterone levels were already elevated from the Beast Super Test. And for those of you that are aware, you know that the Beast Super Test is a very potent, very good natural test booster. So my test levels were already up here by the time I started taking this MTS Barracuda. So what I'm gonna tell you guys about is, did my test levels go a bit higher? Did they stay the same? Or did the Barracuda drop them bitches? So let's get into it. First things first, started taking the Barracuda with breakfast. Now on the label, it says you can take it first thing in the morning or pre-workout. The reason why I decided to take it first thing in the morning is, for me, first thing in the morning with breakfast is about 6:30 or 7 a.m. most mornings. Now, the MTS Barracuda does have, for those of you that did watch the raw review, it does have the Testo Surge, the fenugreek extract in there, which has been double-blind placebo studied to boost testosterone levels 284% within 12 hours. So for me, taking it 6:30 to 7 o'clock in the morning, I train most nights about 7 to 7:30 at night. That pretty much hits spot on that 12-hour boost in test level 284% just from the Testo Surge. That's why I decided to take it first thing in the morning. So here's me getting up every morning, taking myself the scoop of the MTS Barracuda, shaking that bitch up in my shaker and drinking that bitch down with breakfast. In terms of the taste, because I did go through taste in the original raw review, which was just an initial taste test, let me tell you guys, from a natural testosterone booster point of view, one of the better long-term tasting test boosters that I have used. In fact, actually almost got to the point where I was looking forward to the blue raspberry taste of the MTS Barracuda every morning with my breakfast. Don't get me wrong, it's not delicious, but the taste for a natural test booster is one of the better ones I have had. I just have to tell you guys, make sure that either the glass you're mixing the shit up in or the shaker that you're shaking the bitch up in, as soon as you finish drinking that bitch, go and wash that shit out. because it stinks. For those of you that have a tub, man, you would know that just smelling the powder in the tub stinks. As soon as you mix this shit with water and there's residue left in a shaker or a glass, I tell you guys, man, the first week I have it in my shaker and I just finish my shaker, put it on the sink, man, go to work. I come back after the shaker had been there for like 16 to 18 hours, open that bitch up, and everything in my house just died. Just from the smell of the Barracuda. So that's the first thing. So taking the shit from my elevated test levels of the Beast Super Test, I have to tell you guys, I didn't notice much for the first week taking the MTS Barracuda. The first week, I was pretty much exactly where I was at with the Beast Super Test. I wouldn't say that I felt a drop in testosterone levels or a drop in the effects that are related to a good test booster. I would say they stayed the same. And then after that first week, so from week 2 right up to week 4, and I'm still getting the same effects now, just opened my second tub of this shit this morning, gonna do another tub before taking the cycle off, man. The effects continue to increase. And the effects I'm talking about, viewers at home, the first and most noticeable effect with the MTS Barracuda, which the effect was on a level that I have never experienced before with a natural test booster, was the intensity and the aggression in the gym. The MTS Barracuda, man, in terms of the intensity and the aggression in the gym with my workouts, just made me want to go ham. Hard as a mother. Every single workout, just wanted to get in there and just rip the weights apart. Rip the workout to shreds. Something on a level like you would usually get that from a good T booster from like a Beast Super Test, or if you prefer it, an Animal Stack from Universal Nutrition. Those are probably two of the best natural T boosters on the market at this point in time, man. The MTS Barracuda was, if the intensity and aggression is like at this level, the MTS Barracuda up in this bitch, man. Different level. That is the first and the most noticeable effect that I had from weeks 2 onwards with the MTS Barracuda. The second thing was the muscle fullness. The muscle fullness was, I would say, a little bit better than what I would expect, what I had in the past with like a Beast Super Test or an Animal Stack. Your muscle, you just look nice and thick. You look nice and juicy when you take it from weeks 2 onwards with the MTS Barracuda. So in terms of the aesthetics and what it's actually gonna look like on your body, the muscle fullness was definitely something noticeable. The one thing, another effect that really I wasn't expecting from the MTS Barracuda, just based on what was in it, based on the label, I was not expecting for it to have any effect on my sleep, but it really was quite undeniable, and it still is as I continue to take it. An undeniable effect is that I'm generally quite a light sleeper, so I'll wake up in the night, go to the toilet, if I hear noises I'll wake up. When I started taking the MTS Barracuda, and this was pretty much instant as well, this is like as soon as I started taking it in that first week and continues even now, is I would go to bed. As soon as I got to sleep, man, I was flatlining that bitch, man. And I still am, like I will sleep and I'm just dead to the world. Will not get up until my alarm clock goes off. Now it's not the kind, just to clarify, it's not the kind of effect or on a similar level to what you get from an actual sleep and GH booster like a Blackstone Labs Growth or a Ronnie Coleman Resurrect PM. It's not that kind of effect, but it definitely did have an undeniable effect on the quality of my sleep, man. Like I was just sleeping like a rock every single night that I was taking the Barracuda, and still am today. Then finally, the final effect that I experienced from the MTS Barracuda, which I would go so far as to say was probably even on an even more pronounced level than the Beast Super Test, man. The libido, the sex drive, the wanting and desire to go balls deep. Intense, man. Let me just say that my pussycat is very happy with the effects of the MTS Barracuda. Now, finally, those are the effects that I really experienced in these first 4 weeks on the Barracuda, guys. In terms of the side effects or the kind of negative sides to it, I've already mentioned what happens if you leave it in a shaker or a glass and don't wash that bitch out. The other effect, the other side effect with it, and you guys, there's proof of this in every single damn video that I've shot over the last month. And when you compare it to videos shot before that, you guys would know that I don't generally get pimples or acne. I don't generally get them. As soon as I started taking this MTS Barracuda, check it, you can even still see today, I got one on my head up here, got one on the chin down here, man. And you guys, you can go back and watch the videos, man. Watch more than 4 weeks ago and then watch in the last 4 weeks. Pretty much every single day there would be some sort of acne going on in this particular area, and then usually on the backs of my shoulders a little bit, sometimes down the top of my arms. Not bad, like not a breakout, but just bits and pieces of acne here or there, which for me, someone that doesn't get acne, someone that doesn't get pimples, is generally a sign of a very potent natural test booster. So you consider it a side effect, but also consider it an effect that the product is actually working. Guys, there's one last thing that I have to say in terms of my personal experience with this MTS Barracuda. And I think you guys know what it's gonna be, because in the original Raw review, I told you viewers at home that on paper, based on the nutritional information, based on the dosages, the clinical dosages of pretty much everything that's in there, based on the fact that the MTS Barracuda, we are guaranteeing at MassiveJoes at $69.95 Australian dollars in the Australian market for a full 30-day month supply, is gonna be the best value for money natural test booster on the market in Australia. We're guaranteeing that bitch. I would go so far as to say, now that I have the personal effects and results to back this shit up, the MTS Nutrition Barracuda is the best natural testosterone booster we have seen thus far. Yes, yes it is. It's undeniable that on the paper, the price point, the taste of the product, the fact that it mixes up, the fact that now we have that I personally stand behind the product because I've used the shit for a full supply. I'm just about to go into my next tub and I'm still getting those exact same effects that I was getting from the weeks 2 to the weeks 4 onwards, and I personally will stand behind this product. The best natural test booster in the Australian market. In fact, I've tried them from all over the world in this bitch. I would go so far as to say on the worldwide market. The best natural test booster we have seen thus far. Guys, if you are a fella and you are in your late 20s onwards, so late 20s, so let's say 25 onwards, and you're looking for a product to help take your training to the next level, man, you gotta get yourself the MTS Nutrition Barracuda, and while you're at it, you gotta hit the subscribe button. That's serious there, man. I had to get all serious with you guys because you gotta hit that subscribe button, stay up to date with all the latest editions of MassiveJoes RAW review and all the follow-up RAW reviews, even though this is the first one we've done, but I like it, man. For these kind of products where the effects take like a month to set in, man, I like it. I think we should do it more often. What do you guys think, viewers at home? Because we ultimately do whatever you want us to do. Guys, that is the MassiveJoes follow-up Raw review on the all-new MTS Nutrition Barracuda. And I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Stay massive.
Boom! Mark Lobiner Machine! Militia telling you the best place to buy MTS nutrition products in Australia is MassiveJoes.com. Stay massive. It's not a game.